Buy my shirt.
Buy my shirt. Buy my hat. Buy it all.
I also have a playlist.
Stream it now.
Oh my god, go off angle. Wow. Oh my god, this looks so pretty. Do I film here more? I mean, I have to figure something out because the camera's sitting on a Balenciaga shoebox, so. Hey everybody, what's up? If you're new to my channel, my name is Chris Klemens, or a friend of my doctors. Welcome, Clementines, welcome back to the dysfunction that is my channel. None of you are doctor. Well, maybe some of you are, but I just got back from the doctor. Oh my god, I mean, in this edition of My Life is One Giant Running Joke, I don't even know where to start with this. Before I get into this video, I guess I should use my platform. Go get tested at the doctor for anything that you may be unsure of. Even if you're not unsure, it's good to go get tested. There's nothing weird about it. Knowledge is power, so go get that knowledge. But for real, I feel like there's a huge stigma around getting STD tested and all of this, and the story I'm about to tell has to do, obviously, with, if we're speaking medically, my genitals. So that brings us to my story. That brings me to my story. A few months ago, I found this like bump on my ball sack. Oh, this video is gonna be really interesting. But yeah, I found this bump on my ball sack, and it literally, as someone who picks their zits all the time, I knew that that's what this was. I was like, oh, this is a stubborn little fucker. But it's been there for a bit. But then I found another one on the again, if we're gonna speak medically, on the underside of my shaft. This is so uncomfortable, and this is literally how I had to talk to the doctor. So I found this second, like, really, like, hard kind of zit on the underside of my penis. Basically, I found these two bumps on my genitals, and so, like any rational human being with internet service, I Googled what was wrong. I diagnosed myself with genital warts and herpes. After, like, 15 minutes of Googling, I mean, I had, like, AIDS at that point. I was like, oh, Chris, just go to a fucking doctor. So that's where we are today. I just got back from the doctor. There's my blood work Band-Aid. Oh, I should... Oh, ow, 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 ow. Oh my god, talk about blood. So I decided to go to the doctor today because I was like, what if this is something that I am writing off as just a zit? I go, and the second I get there, right as I get there, I'm thinking, okay, I can make it to the doctor's office before, like, you know, telling a human soul there's bumps on my genitals. The front desk guy hands me this. My least favorite part of the doctor is literally not even having to pull my pants down in front of the doctor. It's the 5 pages of paperwork I have to fill out. The top line, the first thing of this form. Reason for coming. I was like, oh my god, how do I even, like, the way I talk about my dick is literally that. Like, I call it a dick. I call it, like, my balls. And so I, like, I'm like, bumps on genitals, thinking I'm, like, all of a sudden I have a Harvard degree. So I'm filling out all this paperwork, and then it's like symptoms. I'm like, oh my god, it's like asthma. It's like cough, sneeze. I'm like, where's the box for bump on my genitals? So then I get called into the room or whatever. I wasn't even gonna film this video. I just thought that this was literally so fucking funny and has like a really important message, of course. No, so I go back to the room, and like the person before the doctor who like does all your vitals and shit, they're doing all my blood pressure, my fucking stuck something in my ear, they stuck something in my mouth. This sounds like a really disgusting porn. It was like my temperature and like my ear, and like they were taking my blood pressure, and they put my finger in something in the doctor's butthole. So then, after he takes all my vitals, he's like, so why are you here? And I'm like, didn't you read the fucking form, bitch? I was like, well, I have, bumps on my genitals, whipping out my Harvard degree. And he's like, okay, so like what part of your genitals? And I was like, you know, like the ball sack is literally what I said. And he's like, okay, so scrotum. And I said, right. And then he's like, anywhere else? And I was like, well, yeah, there's like one on my, I'm doing this motion. I'm like, there's one on my, and he's like, the head? I'm like, no, like the dick part. This is literally like verbatim. And he's like, oh, the shaft. So when he says that, I'm like, okay, I have to like, you know, arrive to the table. So my fucking dumbass replies, yes, it's on the underbelly of the shaft. The guy goes, that's not a thing, but I love the enthusiasm. Meanwhile, yes, we are talking, in fact, about my balls. Correct. Ah, God, there is just never a dull moment in this life, is there? So he leaves, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go get the doctor. And then the doctor knocks on the door, and this is where I knew I had to record a story time. The doctor walks in, and he looks like straight out of Back to the Future. Like the scientist guy, that's my doctor. So he walks in, and I notice him, and then all of a sudden, What's that behind him? Oh, it's a fucking scribe. I don't know if you guys watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but remember that one day Kris Jenner lost it extra hard and then got a scribe that walked around with a wheelie desk, typing up everything she said?
This is my scribe.
That is what my doctor walked in with. I tried to take a picture of him because I needed to show this, but his fucking scribe had a moving table on wheels. It was like 3 wheels, a pole, and a table. And he's typing up all these notes. And the doctor's like, so I hear you've got some bumps on your genitals. Hi, who's your fucking buddy? What do you mean I have bumps on my genitals? Bitch, I know. Who's that? So I'm like, yep. And he's like, all right, so can you, so then he tells me to pull down my pants. And this is where I feel very uncomfortable in these moments, because as somebody who does this, I don't know who is on the other end of watching. So I obviously realized that my fucking Back to the Future guy was not watching my videos. I don't even think he knows how to turn on a computer. I shouldn't say that. He's a really smart, educated doctor. But his fucking buddy, I was like, you look like you're in my demographics when I go to the analytics on my channel. Jesus. So I pull down my pants and I put my back to the scribe because I'm like, you can keep typing. You don't need to look. Oh, Chris's dick is about to raid Area 51. Like, I don't know what the fuck, you know? So I felt really uncomfortable. So then he puts on gloves and starts like, no, playing the tiniest violin. No, he's like fucking feeling my bumps on my dick. And my God, now I'm starting to black out. He then comes up for air and he's like, oh, these are just like retentional cysts. Hold on, I wrote it down on my phone. Where's my phone? These are just retention cysts. And I kind of thought that they were kind of more not zits, but cysts, just like those deep-rooted things. It's like a clogged pore. So I've got 2 fucking clogged pores on my thing, but the fucking story doesn't end there. So he explains to me what a fucking retention cyst is and says that I need to then see a dermatologist to get them removed. As I keep saying the words ball sack and dick and balls, I then remember that he has a scribe writing down a transcript of this conversation. So after I realized that my conversations are all being written down for just history, the doctor then asked me if I want an STD test. And I'm like, bitch, yeah, I mean, I'm fucking sitting on this table. I'd rather not have to come in another time. So then the doctor's like, okay, we'll get the STD test all set up. And he and his little like scribe on wheels leave the room. And the first guy who took my vitals comes back in with the test. And he's like, whoa, do you think you can pee in a cup for us? And I literally am about to piss my pants. So I'm like, yeah, bring it, bitch. So I walk to the bathroom with the cup. And I'm going in the bathroom, and across from the bathroom is the scribe's waiting room. So as I'm going into the bathroom, I see the scribe directly across the hall from the bathroom, standing at his little computer desk, just staring at me walk into the bathroom. And his face it might as well have had a tattoo that said, thank God my parents wanted me to become a doctor because I could have been this idiot. It was humiliating. So I pissed into a cup flawlessly. So I do the whole STD test. He takes blood. I peed in a cup. You know, I gave him the whole works. And then the doctor comes back in and he's like, so I do have to let you know that if you want those removed from your genitals, you will need to go to a dermatologist. So that brings us to here. I don't even know if this is even a funny story time or if this is even entertaining. I really was just sitting there and thinking, only me would this happen to? That a doctor and his little scribe would come in and stare at my balls and feel them, only to tell me that they are zits. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's also a Sunday. Oh my God. Oh fuck, I should probably film like a dramatic thumbnail for this.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, and you just can't get into it. They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, and you just can't get into it. They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, and you just can't get into it. They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, and you just can't.
That was like a little Insta-batty. But yeah, that was my Sunday afternoon. Oh my God, I forgot that I texted my mom that I found bumps on my balls. She's probably like, huh? Yeah, I don't know what the story time was. I felt like it just fit in with every other fucking story time that has ever existed on my channel. Also, to encourage you guys to go get tested. It really is a scary, overwhelming thing, but I think it's important to go out and do that and make sure, especially since sex involves other people, that you're healthy and you're not getting other people sick. Oh, I guess I should say, yeah, I'm not fearing that I have an STD. Now, no part of this, except like the Google searching, did I fear that I have an STD. I very much thought that I had zits on my dick. And scene. Alrighty guys, I know this video was probably weird, but I thought it was entertaining and kind of funny and the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna go check out the dermatologist recommendations from the doctor, and I'm gonna go see who's gonna pop my fucking dick open. Not in the way I want it to.